Tampa Bay Lightning and the Washington Capitals is going to be the most fun playoff series that we have ever experienced.
Tell me why.
Yeah, please tell me why.
Because the game last night between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Washington Capitals was one of the best this season by far. Did you guys watch it? Do you agree?
I watched some of the highlights of it this morning, and I watched overtime this afternoon just when I had a little free time. It was fun. It looked like a fun game.
Man, I just am, like, those are two heavyweights, and I get it. Like, Tampa is the heavyweight, but
Tampa's the
Washington's
super heavyweight.
Defending Stanley Cup champion, and like I feel like every single game Tampa goes into, if anyone actually like hangs with them, and we're gonna like get into Tampa like right off the bat, and just talking about like who they are as a team, but like you don't feel like anyone can beat them. It's almost like Golden State in basketball. Like, you're not gonna beat Golden State, and so to beat Golden State's a big deal. I think this is Tampa in a nutshell. And the fact that Washington even tied the game and hung with them, man, it was so fun.
So say Tampa loses in one of the first three rounds of playoffs, what team would you see putting out Tampa in the East?
Washington.
Wait.
You think it would
in the
East?
In the East, who I think would put out Tampa
in the first three rounds?
Carolina.
Oh my gosh! If Carolina did, that'd be hilarious. They lost 6-3 tonight to Tampa. But, no, I agree with you. I think Pittsburgh might too. I think Pittsburgh could.
Because Pittsburgh
has this weird magical potion of energy they expend during playoff time that takes them to Stanley Cup.
That's a possibility.
I think that is
Washington,
the Sidney Crosby touch, by the way.
I think Washington is a good guess for that.
I just look at it like in all reality, which, by the way, we're recording this after, like, it's 10:50 p.m. on March 21st. It's late. The Preds just lost to Pittsburgh.
In a shootout. We got a point.
But I don't know if Tampa has any chance of losing. I don't know if
I think they do.
I don't know if it's possible.
I think they do.
I think they do.
Really?
Yep.
How?
Because
when's the last team you've seen be this dominant going into playoffs and actually make a run and win?
When's the last time you've seen a team be this dominant?
This is very true. Yeah,
they're
scoring a lot.
They are scoring a lot, and it's scary, and they're winning the President's Cup by like 10 points. But I think everyone's beatable, and I still think will not put Tampa in my Stanley Cup final prediction.
Who has the most points? Don't look it up. Who has the most points all time? Heath, you can't say, but
okay.
But who is it?
Who has the most points all time, like in a season?
Yep.
I'm going to guess Montreal.
Yeah, had you heard that before?
Yeah. I feel like I heard it somewhere way back. I had to pull that out of my the very back of my brain.
Okay, how many points was it?
Oh man, I don't know. It was like 100 and I'm gonna guess 100. I don't even know.
Didn't they only lose like 10 games or 6?
They were really
I feel like
good.
It was something like 11 games they lost.
They had 132 points.
I was gonna guess 128.
Their record was 68 and 12.
I think it was less than 10.
Can you imagine?
Regulation at least.
12 regulation losses?
No, that would be overtime ties. That would be ties.
How many losses?
8. That's what I'm saying. I thought it was less than 10.
Could you? Oh my god!
Can you imagine if they had gone to overtime in those games?
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah. But in saying all that, they won the Stanley Cup that year. Yeah. Because when you're that good...
I'm not saying it's not going to happen. Tampa is... I'm sure when you look on NHL Network, Sportsnet, whatever, Tampa's going to be the favorite in nearly everyone's...
No, I don't care about it being the favorite. I just care about... They're so far and away the best team, no one can beat them.
They're almost...
That's why they're going to be the favorite on everyone's...
Yeah, that's a good point.
They're a very complete hockey team.
They are. They got defense. They got scoring.
They've got goals.
They got Andre Vaseline in goal. Like, what more do you need?
I mean, they score, it says 3.9, but I'm just going to round that up to 4 goals a game is what they're averaging.
That's insane.
What's the Preds?
The Preds, hold on, I got y'all. Preds is 3.
What's Winnipeg? Oh, well, that's not that big.
It's 2.9, but it's
the Preds.
3.
since the All-Star break, the Preds feel like our average is like 1.0.
That's what it feels like.
I bet it is. I bet if you look at
It probably is. It feels
this
like
is,
we're
now
not
you gotta remember,
scoring
this
at
is
all.
taking out the entire season.
Yeah.
The Winnipeg Jets are 3.4.
But Tampa
Tampa is 3.9. The next closest would be Calgary at 3.6.
Calgary's got artillery on their lines, though. Because Johnny Gaudreau is a monster. And he has 94 points this season.
Man, that's amazing. My thing is I think Tampa is by far. It's kind of frustrating because I honestly don't know if there's going to be a team, except for maybe in the Stanley Cup final, that could. What was that face?
Well, after I sort this by goals per game, it puts Nashville from like what they were to 17th in the league.
Which is
17th in the league, which would be
In scoring?
in scoring.
So
Which
you're
is like
middle of the
bottom
road.
half. I'm putting them more in like the 3/4.
I mean, they're technically in the bottom half of the league.
Yeah.
Because there's like a 4-way tie for 17th right now,
Okay.
or
Well,
a 3-way.
yeah.
But anyway, moving on to what you were saying.
I'm saying like Tampa's not going to lose unless it's in the Stanley Cup final, and I still don't think they're going to lose.
They're
Do you
so
think?
good.
Do you think who's Tampa playing right now? If the first round started today,
Montreal.
Montreal?
do you think Tampa has any chance of sweeping like Montreal? Like, would they sweep their first round?
I don't think Carey Price would let them.
That's the thing. Like, you got Carey Price on the other end, and I don't think he lets that happen.
I think at least they'll win one. And
Yeah.
that's just because Carey Price.
I think that they win in 5. Here's my thing. Tampa's consistently, and I would love to go look at their record, but they've consistently won at least 7 out of 10.
Well, okay, let's look at it like this. I'm just going to look back at February because I can't go look back at their entire record. Oh, never mind. I was going to say they've never really lost 2 in a row.
They've lost 2 in a row because they went through a
But-
little tough stretch.
Yeah.
But I'm saying this to say, if you look at their last 10, has their last 10 ever equaled, has the first number in their last 10 ever been lower than 7?
I don't think so.
No.
I
I don't think
I don't
so.
think they've lost 3 in a row in a while.
They've been
ever.
consistently that.
I mean, they only have
But here's the
13 regulation
Here's
losses.
the thing with me is that Tampa doesn't even look like they're slowing down.
No.
and that's what I'm saying. They were
They
that
scored-
good to
Like you
start
look
out
at the
year.
Predators from last year when they were doing so well, and then they hit that Minnesota game where Laviolette got kicked out, and it was just
Yeah, like
downhill. from
Like
there.
Ben said, we're recording this on a Thursday night. Tampa just beat Carolina 6-3. They put 6 goals in. One of those could have been an empty net. I don't know. I didn't watch the game. But regardless, 6 goals went in the
Yeah,
net.
but you look at this. Look at March. Tampa 5-1 Ottawa, 5-2 against Winnipeg. Okay, they lose 3-0 to Minnesota.
Did they
beat-
kill Toronto?
Yeah, 6-2.
Yeah, I thought so.
5-4, 6-3. These are all Tampa wins. 4-1, 5-4, 6-3. I mean, they're averaging like I said, 4 goals a night.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see for sure. Let's move on to Nashville.
The Nashville Predators won 3 in a row, feeling good. Then they lose in a shootout. And I will say this. The shootout is a fluke.
It is.
So you lose in a
Yeah.
shootout, you essentially tie the Pittsburgh
Yeah.
Penguins. And okay, big deal. Sidney Crosby in a shootout's
big
not going to
whoop.
lose.
And if you're a Preds fan and you were watching that shootout, you were probably scratching your head a little bit, not only in the start of overtime when Kyle Turris and Mikael Granlund started on the overtime, but also putting Ryan Johansson as the first shooter on the shootout. Because to me, I keep Ryan Johansson in that 3rd or 4th spot, let Murray get a few stops, get him a little, not worn out, but a little, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is.
Let him see a few other
Yeah.
things before he sees what he
But
knows is coming.
when Joey goes out there first, Murray's like, oh, I know exactly what he's going to do. He's going to fake right and shoot left. What does he do? Fake right, shoot left. Murray makes the save. After that, I was like, well, Preds just lost because Joey's been our guy in the shootout this year. So it's tough.
I don't want to focus on the Penguins game, though, because
No.
honestly, the
No,
Preds
it
played a
wasn't
pretty
a
good
bad
game.
They played 4
Matt Murray
pretty
played
solid
well.
games.
Pecorine played
It was
well.
just a hard game.
You're gonna lose some, and hate to be like that. You're gonna win and lose some. The Penguins are a really good team who
Defense
are probably
played well.
gonna go to the Stanley Cup.
Besides Matt
The
Irwin.
defense played well. Yeah.
Matt
Besides
Irwin had that bad
Matt
give up.
Irwin, you know what? We're
He's
not-
lucky that wasn't a goal.
Yeah.
But that's all I'm going to leave it at.
But I
The
mean,
Preds also beat Los Angeles, beat San Jose,
San Jose was the
and
biggest
then
win of the season.
shut out Toronto.
Yeah.
yeah.
Leading into this game, and then essentially tied
But
Pittsburgh.
here's the thing: it wasn't what they had been playing. Over the last month.
Yeah.
They didn't show. I mean, this could have been a lot worse.
This Pittsburgh game could have easily gotten out of hand.
It's a loss.
I agree.
Yeah, right. It's a loss, but it's not a terrible. I mean, it wasn't like they just turned the puck over. They weren't getting anything.
Here's
out
my
of it.
thing: the passing tonight was bad, and the
That
power
was
play was
bad.
bad.
The passing was
The power play's
making
been
me
bad, so it's not
scream.
really that.
But
I'm glad we clawed back and got a point.
If we tied it. Here's my
That's the thing.
that I'm thinking about. It's a tight checking game. Every team is trying to hone their skills for the playoffs right now. I don't care the fact that the Nashville Predators lost tonight. I wanted them to win. It would have been great for the standings for us to win because it looks like if we look at the score, I'm trying to keep track of this Winnipeg game. It is currently 5-0 Vegas. I think
Yeah,
Vegas is
Vegas,
going to win that
Vegas is going to take that
I think
one.
so.
That's in the third with 18 minutes left.
That means when we play on Saturday, we beat Winnipeg, we're tied for the first place in the Central.
Yeah. And they
What
had
I'm
one
saying
game.
is Nashville in our last 10 is 5-4-1, which is 5-5. But in our last 5 is 3-2-1, which is
That's 6 games.
Oh my word.
Yeah.
3-1-1.
3-1-1
Yeah.
in our last 5.
Yeah.
In your last 4, 3-0-1. I'm just saying, you're on an upward trend. I really don't think,
I mean,
I don't think they're chalking tonight down as a loss.
No.
Me and Ben were talking about this during the game. Ben said when we score first, we can control the game and we can win the game. But Pittsburgh scored first tonight. Me and Ben were sitting there not even expecting us to score the rest of the game. I thought it was going to be a 1-0 loss. And looky there, Preds came back and they scored a goal. So even in saying that, I'm just happy to see them come back and show some fight there at the end. Ellis was dead on that shift. I could tell.
And he just tossed it.
Yeah.
I mean-
and he just tossed it and it squeezed right through Mac Murray because Murray was on that post.
If you look at the losses they had here earlier in the month of March, I mean, this was when we were. It was kind of I wouldn't say it like a chore, but it wasn't remember when we talked about, Ben, it was kind of enjoyable to watch.
I said
hockey?
it was enduring instead of
Yeah.
enjoying.
Yeah. So this game, we didn't really have to endure too much. I mean, it was just a hard fought back and forth game. There was no major aspect of this game being terrible.
And that's what I think is like
That's the difference
the
between
last
loss,
4
this
games.
loss. Yeah, these last 4 games have been actually very good hockey.
and
games.
they've been fun, and you feel like this team is still in it.
Yeah.
Like tonight, you're like, man, 3 minutes left. And I looked at you guys and I was like, oh, we're going to lose 2-0.
Yeah.
But I was like, also hoping, hey, we could actually legitimately make this 1-1 right now.
And that's what you need. You need a weird goal.
I think
And
the
that was a
dressing
weird
room.
goal.
I think the dressing room is suddenly feeling confident again.
This loss does not affect them at
No,
all in a
not
negative
at
way
all.
because this is not a loss.
If it was
it was a win because they came back and took it to overtime.
If this was a manhandled 5-1, 4-1,
That's a
just
gut
beat
check.
down, that's a bad spot.
But this is not a loss in my book. It is on the standings, but mentally, this team is not.
I mean,
it's not a loss.
The difference is if that would have been a 5-1, 4-1, just complete beatdown, then you go back and say, well, so were these 3 games that we just had kind of flukes and we just kind of got hot first minute and then cooled back down to what we were?
Yeah. Now, what do you guys think in this, how we're playing?
So that third
Leading
period,
in- oh.
that third period tonight against Pittsburgh was a good period.
Yeah,
we
it
were
was good.
We were
good.
stuffing on offense. But when you look at the first 2 periods, the first period we had, I think it was 6 shots on goal. Second period we had 8, and it was a total of 14 shots on goal going into the third. And in the third, I think we finished with 30 shots. So we put up another 16 in the third. And when we put in shots, we get more goal. Obviously, you put up shots, you get goals. Not rocket science. But even against Toronto, we only had 22 shots on goal, and we got 3.
Good shots equal goals.
Yeah.
My thing to think about tonight is that the last 2 games, you know why the scoring has been like it has? Guess who's playing against, or guess who Jofa's playing against? Tuesday night, Tavares, Hyman,
They're playing their
Marner.
top lines.
tonight.
It's become a shutdown.
Crosby,
line right now.
was it Crosby, Rust, and Gensel?
I think so.
You've also got two fantastic goaltenders in Freddie Anderson and Matt Murray that you've faced in the past 2 games.
And Pekka's
So
played both.
that's saying something. I mean, you scored 3 goals on Freddie A. Of course, Leafs have been in kind of a slump, except they beat Buffalo last night.
Hey,
But
and the Preds, Pekka Rinne has looked so
Pekka-
much better.
He's looked a lot better.
Pekka has looked miles better than he has in the whole past month in the past 3 games.
Yeah.
And I was kind of cringing when I saw him that he was starting tonight because I was like, oh, man, give Juice the start. Because
his record against Pittsburgh.
Yeah. And I think, does Pekka start against Winnipeg on Saturday?
I don't think so because I'm pretty sure. Does UC have a better record against Winnipeg right now?
I think he does.
I think he does.
Well, yeah,
I know he's played in the playoffs, but I mean, or Pekka has, but
I almost wonder if you don't use Pekka in that game to try to save his energy.
you probably do because I mean that's 3 pretty big games back to back.
Or
And
you
if
look
you
at
look-
it and say if you win that game, you suddenly get an
Well, here's the
easier
thing.
playoff opponent.
Yeah.
It's going to be one or the other because coming up, you have Winnipeg on Saturday and Minnesota on Monday. After that, you got a 3-day break before back-to-back.
UC's playing in Minnesota.
This coming up, Winnipeg, Minnesota is going to be a split between Pekka and Juice. And then you have at Pittsburgh and then home against Columbus on a back-to-back, and that's also going to be split.
That Columbus game's going to be tough because they're going to be desperate.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
That
You
might
think we
be
can make a deal with them that we get Matt Duchene if we let them win?
Right. I mean, maybe.
sure.
I don't know.
I'm down.
What if that's not realistic?
No, but
But what if like that was the weird stuff that went
What if it
down?
was the last game of the season and like they win, they get 2 points and they're in playoffs, and they're
And-
like, "Yo, we'll sign this paper. We'll do Matt Duchene after the season."
like we will?
Because we're already in playoffs. We're stuck in second place. Why is it going to hurt us? Literally 25-0. Pester shots.
I don't know if I want to be 25-0.
No, it'd be kind of cool, though.
Just pull the goalie all night.
Yeah, I
Make it
want
6 on 5.
6 on 5 the whole night.
How? Oh, I want it.
That would be so funny.
I don't know if I. Man, that would be so fun.
All right, let's hop out of fantasy land. Enough of that.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, but it would be really cool if it happened. But the Preds are playing well. How does it affect us going into playoffs? What do you guys think about that?
It can't hurt us if we're
I
playing
mean,
well.
it can't hurt you, but we'll see. Because you got to remember, look, Winnipeg, Minnesota's coming up, right? This Winnipeg, Minnesota trip was the same trip that completely destroyed the Predators last season.
Different time of year.
It was like 2 weeks earlier.
Yeah, it was late
Different time of
because
year.
we were at the Minnesota game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it went Winnipeg, Minnesota.
It was mid-March.
Yeah, it was March.
It was early March.
No.
We were
Hang
definitely.
Hang on, I'm gonna pull this up right now.
No, it was
I got my pictures and it says the dates on it.
Was it not?
later.
It
In
wasn't
March.
really. It wasn't really.
I'm pretty sure.
It was March 24th, 2018.
yeah, so it's like to the date.
I'm holding a Pekka for Vesna sign.
It's like not. It's not kidding. 26th is that.
And it's the 21st,
Wow.
so literally, yeah, it's the same.
Yeah, 24th and 25th.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember this series, this road trip. This was the road trip. where
This
we
road
went,
trip
and
is-
Laviolette got kicked out of Minnesota in like the third period, and we were like,
Yeah.
and it's over, guys.
Yeah.
The season's done.
Yeah.
It's over. That's where you saw the season go.
This road trip is the most significant
This-
part of our entire
These two
season.
hockey games coming up in the next like 4 days
Are the most significant hockey games of all
No!
pretty big.
And I
hockey
say
games.
that
No!
Like-
Now you can't look at it as like, well, this is what happened last year, so
they're big, but big picture, you're not falling out of playoffs. But do you want to play good going into playoffs? Absolutely. Do you want to beat Winnipeg one flipping time this season before going into playoffs? Absolutely. I know we beat them back in like September, but that doesn't count. We've taken 2 crap shows from them recently.
we have.
And we've got to get a handle on Winnipeg. One game before we make it to playoffs.
That wasn't. Did they?
I feel like I sound like Jared Stillman right now talking about Winnipeg. I hate talking about Winnipeg.
I hate that.
Now here's the thing. It was flip flop last year, so it went Wild and then Winnipeg.
Same thing though.
But same thing. Now here's the thing. You lost both of those. You lost 4-1 to Minnesota. Then you lose 5-4 in a shootout. I'm pretty sure shootout to Winnipeg. So now I'm not saying there's no such thing as like. I mean, I guess you have superstitions, but everybody does, especially people that play hockey.
Are you saying we need to go back to Minnesota?
No, I'm not saying. I mean, it's not a bad idea, but
Oh my goodness.
We're going.
That's on a Sunday night, eh?
But
No, it's on a Monday night.
I have too much to do.
work.
I can skip school. I'm still a kid. All right, looks like I'll go. I'll go.
I'll go.
I'll go.
I can't skip work.
And I'll just take one for the team. I'll be a
go.
lone Preds fan.
No, I'll go. I'll come. I'll skip
All right,
work.
cool. Let's go.
Now, would you guys, if the Preds win these games handily?
Does that mean we're going?
No, that means we go to Pittsburgh for Friday night.
Dang.
No, that's not what I meant. It means if you win those games handily, is it a total reverse of what went down last year?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, did we
Yeah.
beat Winnipeg in that back-to-back?
No,
We lost both of those games. We lost to Winnipeg in a shootout.
Yeah, 5-4.
That's right.
So they're significant. And even if you split them 1-1, that win better flipping be
like
Winnipeg.
like
no,
6-1
it better be
win.
Winnipeg.
Or
or just be dominant.
you just win both handily and go
Oh,
into
I hope.
playoffs with
Well,
so
yeah,
much
that's the
confidence.
hope.
Well, yeah, but
I think if you lose,
But if you have to win one,
Those
it better
games-
be Winnipeg.
you're losing first round.
I don't think
Wait,
that's
say that
a good.
again?
I don't think that's a
I
good
think
assumption at
if
all.
you
lose
lose
both
those games,
games-
I think you end up dumping. Maybe not the first round, but definitely.
You got a
second.
back-to-back versus two East teams later that week. I'm not worried about 2 games out of the season. That's like saying we
I'm
lost.
saying
we
for
lose
confidence levels.
Yeah, we got 4 more games after that though till playoffs. 5 more games actually.
That's true.
So there's time. I don't think we're gonna drop 2 anyway. The way this team is playing right now, but
Yeah,
especially we're
what am I
going
saying?
from Freddie Anderson and Matt Murray in goal to potentially Connor Hallebuck and Devin Dubnyk, who are like a step down the tier from what the Preds just faced this.
especially
past
with
week.
the way they're playing.
Yeah,
right now.
I'm saying with the way they're playing, because don't get me wrong, Connor Hallebuck is a great goalie,
And so is Devin
and so is Dubnyk.
Dubnyk.
But they're
Former
not
Predator.
they're not on the same level right now as Freddie and Matt
Freddie's
Murray.
been trash recently.
Freddie has.
He
They've
has.
let in like 6 goals a game.
I remember seeing that stat like
I believe
a
it's
week
what is
ago.
it in the last like 5
So
games
in the
that
last
led in like
4,
27
Yeah.
in the
games.
last 4
Or
games, it was a
27.
couple days ago.
They
but
played Philadelphia when they
It-
won 7-6 the other day, and they left Freddie Anderson in for all 6 goals.
It had said that it was a couple days, but it had said like 23 goals in the last 4 games.
It's bad.
That's bad. That's 6 goals games almost.
I'm glad that we are a part of one of their losses.
Y'all
But
want,
they looked a lot better.
y'all want to talk about
against
something fun? Let's
Sure.
talk about some player polls.
player polls.
Let's play a game. Who do you think these polls that I'm about to read off were voted on by NHL players, 400 to 500 players each poll, and they're broken down by percentages. Who do you think was given the best defenseman?
I'd say Victor Hedman.
Brent Burns.
Victor Hedman came in first. Drew Doughty
Did you
came.
already read this?
No, I have
Drew Doughty came in 20th. I was second.
Doughty's fantastic.
Burns came in third. Roman Josi was an honorable mention with 6%.
Yossi is, I'm telling you,
Most
Under the NHL.
Who is the most underrated player in the league according to other players?
Oh man, I have to think about this. Hold on, I gotta think.
Nathan McKinnon.
Hold on, let me think.
He's not on the list.
Oh, that's
What?
unfortunate.
It's because they don't think he's underrated.
Now his line mate's on the list. Mikko
Right.
Rantanen came in fifth
Oh.
with 4% of the vote.
Yeah.
Alexander Barkov is the most
Oh,
underrated
it's
player.
because he plays in
Yeah, it's 'cause
Florida.
Yeah,
I mean, nobody
that's
cares
why.
about Florida. They're just innocent.
He is voted the most underrated player in the league. Nicholas Backstrom from Washington came in second. Braden Point came in third. Most difficult player to play against.
McDavid.
McDavid wins. Sidney
Yeah.
Crosby came in second. Player you would start a franchise with.
McDave.
McDavid came in first.
Yeah.
Sidney Crosby came in second, followed by Austin Matthews, Patrice Bergeron, Nathan McKinnon.
Bergeron.
Yeah, I know.
Why?
Game's best trash talker,
PK.
Brad Marchand. Guess who was also the game's worst trash talker?
Brad Marchand.
Brad Marchand came in first, voted on the
How do you
players.
get
The
worst
players
and
voted
best?
him the best and the worst trash
It's
talker.
because he's like he gets under your skin, but he's also like his
child.
trash talking is awful.
Drew Doughty came in second, and Ryan Reeves
Hey,
came in third.
Doughty is hilarious.
Yeah, I love Doughty.
wanna
Brad
give that man a
Marchand.
hug.
Brad Marchand won 21% of the best trash talker vote and 12% of the worst trash talker. The other worst, PK Subban was on the worst.
I was about to say
He
his
got 5%
trash
of the vote. They're
talking-
it's
he-
terrible.
he
trash
doesn't-
talking is bad.
Who would make the best TV analyst once they
Well,
retire?
we know PK.
PK wins. He won. Let's go one
I
more.
love this. I love this. Give us one that we haven't heard yet,
Let's see.
so we can have a competition.
Da, 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 da. I'm down to where did I skip? Who would make the best NHL GM once they retire?
Oh.
There's a couple big names on this one.
Oh.
What player would make the best GM
Eastern
once they
Conference
retire?
or Western Conference?
East
First
or
place is in the East. Second place is in the West.
Sidney Crosby's number one.
Sidney Crosby is number one.
I think that it's because of his humble attitude.
Out of 291
He's so good.
out of 291 votes, he received 5.5%, and that was the win. The other top 5 only was 23% of the votes.
Were
Other
they
people,
all Canadian?
No, I don't think so.
Go through them. Go through the top 5.
Sidney Crosby,
Canadian.
Jason Spezza,
Canadian.
Brooks Orpik. I don't know where he's from. That's why I was wondering.
Is Spezza Canadian?
Mark Scheifele.
I think so.
Mark Scheifele is in
Scheif-
4th.
Yeah, he's Canadian.
And
Jason's best
Derek
is
Stepan from Arizona.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, now I already told Ben this one.
Oh no.
Which arena has the best atmosphere? Voted on by the players.
Yeah, Heath.
Which arena has the best
Was
atmosphere?
it Vegas?
It was Vegas. Nashville ranked 3rd with 14% of the vote. Bell Center in Montreal came in 2nd.
I'm surprised Bell Center didn't come in first.
It's also amazing how far United Center has fallen in Chicago.
All right, who was voted best mascot?
Gritty?
We all know it's Gritty.
Gritty. Hey,
All right.
I was walking by Nash tonight. I was like, hey, Nash, good man. You're better than Gritty. And then I walked away and I was like, no, you're not. Because he's not.
He's not.
I love you, Nash.
Nobody's better than Gritty.
I hope, oh, man, if you heard this, I hope you're not offended. You just need to grow some hair and be really funny.
All right, I'm going to throw 2 more at you guys. Who has the best hair in the league? This is a dumb poll because Erik Karlsson from the San Jose Sharks won.
So
and
That's so bad.
He has a nappy,
No.
gross, not good hair. Henrik Lundqvist came in 2nd, and I can see it. He's got great hair.
Hey, remember when Stammer had good hair?
Yeah.
And the last player poll question: who is the best dressed player in the league?
Henrik Lundqvist.
Henrik Lundqvist came in 1st. PK Subban came in 2nd.
Hey, I'll tell you, Nylander the other day, I saw him outside the hotel, was in a snazzy green suit.
Erik Karlsson came in
Looks good.
3rd. Brett Burns came in 4th. Tyler Seguin came in 5th.
Is it Brett Burns or Brent Burns?
Brent. Sorry, my bad.
Brent.
I see it right here. I just don't. Brent.
I was so confused. I was like, what?
Brent.
Do I have it
Brent
wrong?
Burns. Maybe I just say it too fast.
Yeah, you said like Brett.
Brent Burns.
Guys, his
I
name
guess
is
so.
Brett.
Yeah, we're going to call him Brett because it's easier.
I'm calling him Brent
It's
because
Brent.
it's correct.
But that is this edition of NHL Player Poll. We probably won't do that segment again for another year because I think that's only a yearly thing.
It's a once a year thing.
We'll try to find more fun things like
Next
that.
year in March,
Yeah.
we will do that player poll. All right.
Man, I could go for
Boys.
a cookie.
Yeah, let's get some cookies.
My parents
Tips
were at the
treats.
game tonight. They had Lexus Lounge tickets.
They brought us cookies.
Or I was like, hey, Dad, you want to give me some cookies? And he was like, I'll see what I can do. Gave us like 5 cookies. I was like, Mom, Dad, you're legends.
Saints.
They were good.
They were good. They were good. They were being in the Lexus, like having Lexus Lounge access has to be one of the nicest things in Bridgestone.
Yeah, but too bad I'm not gonna move.
All right, so let's
Not worth it.
let's move on to this wild card race in the Western Conference that is heating up. And when I mean heating up, these 2 wild card teams are changing every single day. By the game,
Man, I hope Colorado doesn't make it.
Colorado is now in the 2nd wild card spot. Dallas is in the 1st.
I don't like
Arizona is technically tied in points, but I guess their goal difference is
Their
worse.
row is gonna be different. So their
Yeah.
their row is
The row's
the
the
same.
same.
Yeah.
It's their differential.
It's their
right?
overtime losses.
Oh, that's it. That's the clear one.
Yeah.
They
And their losses in regulation.
Yeah.
have more.
But anyway, you have
Wait, that
Chicago.
doesn't make any sense.
Chicago is 4 points out of a playoff spot with 74
Yeah, it does.
points.
Wait, no it doesn't.
It should be Arizona has more wins. They should be in. Is this website?
Oh no,
wrong?
they're saying wait, haven't they played the same amount of games? Yeah, they
Yeah,
should
they
be in.
played-
Arizona's
Same amount of
in.
games. Yeah.
This website's wrong. NHL.com. If you are listening, I know you're not, but if you are listening into this podcast at all, know this. Your website is trash sometimes. Get it fixed. There's a reason we all go to hockeyreference.com and capfriendly.com to do our research, and we don't go to NHL.com. It's because it's terrible. Arizona has more wins, and unless something's like crazy, Arizona should be in the playoff spot. They have 3 more wins than Colorado and the same amount of points. Guess what?
Well, no, yeah.
NHL.com, I'm sorry for my friend. I've never had a problem with you guys, and I really like you guys, so.
It got all messed up when the MLB took over.
The
Remember that?
Major League Baseball.
All right, let's get back to the standings.
So sorry.
So
All right,
technically,
this
by
late,
these
11-18.
standings, Arizona is tied in points, but they are out of a playoff spot. Minnesota is 1 point back at 77 points, so they're a game within a game's reach. Chicago is at 74. Vancouver is at 74, and that's only 2 games out.
Hey, St. Louis closed the gap, or like not closed the gap, widened the gap tonight for the playoff.
They have 86 points, so they're 2 whole games
up on Dallas.
Yeah, they got a 2-game cushion.
All right, so St. Louis, it's going to be St. Louis in the Central. Then you have Dallas, Colorado, Arizona, Minnesota, Chicago. Vancouver has the same amount of points as Chicago, but less games to go, so they're pretty much out. Do you have... Man, it's so close because literally all
who's
of
your
those
two
teams could get in.
Who's your 2 teams? Because this literally changes every day. If you had to guess 2 teams right now, and you look at win streaks last 10, Colorado's 5-5, Arizona's 5-4-1, Dallas is 6-3-1. So I think Dallas will stay in that top wild card spot. I really think we're going to see a fight for that second wild card spot.
I think so.
Do you think it's possible Chicago gets into the second wild card?
I don't think so.
I don't want it to happen, but
it's a possibility.
Oh, it's possible. Anything's
But
possible.
I don't think they will.
But except Anaheim, that's not possible.
Yeah, neither.
But
Edmonton
is not possible.
Nah.
But
Hey, think about this.
I want Arizona in that second wild card spot.
Chicago has the 12th hardest schedule remaining. Arizona has the 24th hardest schedule remaining. Calgary has the easiest. Just to throw that out there. Yeah. Avalanche have the 10th hardest. Wild have the first hardest. I'm going to say the Wild will not be making the playoffs this year.
I'm going to say
I don't
the
think so.
Arizona Coyotes are going to sneak back up in that second wild card spot.
I think.
And I'm locking it in.
Man, I hate to say it. I think Colorado's going to end up probably taking it just based off goals for. I think that's what's separating them right now.
And they play Winnipeg first round?
Yeah.
Colorado, Winnipeg. Basically taking our spot. What?
They'd play Calgary.
Oh, does
because
Pacific
they're
play?
the Pacific. No, they have. It's based on points. Calgary, the Pacific team's going to have more points.
That's true.
They're going
Right.
to be the best team. Out
Oh,
of the
yeah,
West.
they will.
No, you know who's going to play them?
Yeah.
San Jose, because San Jose is going to take that top
No,
spot.
you're
No.
wrong.
They're
What?
3 points away from the top spot.
Yeah, and they've lost 3 in a row. They're getting cold.
They're not getting cold.
They're getting cold.
They're not
They're
getting
hurt.
cold.
Not really. They're getting healthier.
San Jose is going to get 3 points and take over the top spot.
Calgary's winning it.
I'll make a money
The
bet.
Calgary will win it.
Calgary's too good. Okay, and anyways, that's just us going on a little rant. My teams that are getting in are Dallas and Arizona. I think
Dallas and Arizona are mine as well.
I'm circling Dallas and Arizona on my piece of paper because I think those are the teams that are going to get in
I agree.
out of the West. I just...
And if one of those teams doesn't, it's because Colorado's not up there.
It would have to be Arizona. Colorado,
They're a one-line team.
They
I don't want
are.
to see them in there. Arizona, I tell you what, when playoffs started, Arizona has a better chance against any team they play than Colorado does.
Oh,
yeah,
Hands
it's
down.
because of the way they play the game.
Yeah.
They can shut down anyone. Hal Gill was talking on Tuesday night on the radio about who he wants. He was like, man, I don't even want to see Arizona in it. He was like,
No.
I understand who they are, but he said, I don't like the way they play the game because it's boring.
Yeah, it is boring.
get
we
that.
we sat there in Arizona and watched the most
I was
boring
about
brand of
to
hockey
fall asleep. Not
there
kidding.
was.
I was seriously about to fall asleep.
And they were playing Calgary, who was a high caliber, high shooting team, and they shut them down, and we were like, this is horrible.
It was so slow.
So slow.
Based in the standings, though,
Based on
Nashville or
standings.
Winnipeg, who comes out of the Central?
Oh, I think Winnipeg wins.
I
Why?
think Winnipeg.
Because they have more points.
Well,
at
they've
the end
got
of the
2
season.
games in hand.
Yeah, they have 2 games in hand, and they have more points already. So I think
I
Winnipeg's
just-
the winner.
I don't think. Yeah.
They don't have 2 games in hand. They have 1 game. If
Yeah.
they lose tonight.
If they lose tonight,
Yeah.
they'll still.
So and have they lost yet? They're getting close. They have 4 minutes left. They're down 5. They've lost.
Yeah.
If they win,
Big whoop.
I'll eat cat poop.
If they score 6 goals to win this game,
Ugh.
I'll bring my dog's
You know-
turd in a Ziploc so you can eat it.
You remember that guy in Toronto who did that?
No.
The cat.
Oh yeah, on the Steve Dangle podcast.
But there was a guy.
Cat guy.
A guy in Toronto was like, "Hey, if the Leafs come back from this game, I'll eat cat poop." And they came back,
And he ate cat poop.
and he got
so
famous.
gross.
Why would you do that?
Why would you want to be famous for eating cat poop?
How?
Hey, you know what? More power to him. Not really.
I was about to say, no, not for me, not for me. All right, boys, it's that time of month again. That type of month? Yeah, let's go with month.
That time of the month. Yeah, that's weird.
I shouldn't have said that. That time of this podcast where we are going to have to make our Stanley Cup predictions.
Y'all already know your boy Cole is going with Sharks Boston, locking it in still. Get over it.
You're going with Sharks Boston.
Yep.
Heathy Greeny.
This is
No,
so
you know what?
hard.
I'm going to change it. I'm going Nashville Boston.
Yeah, you have fun with that. Okay.
Just to mix it up.
Have fun.
You know, if Nashville gets hot, I think they can get back to the Cup.
They can.
I didn't say they were going to win. I said they were going to get back to the Stanley Cup.
Choose a winner.
Yeah, choose a winner.
All right, fine, Boston.
All right, then. There we go. Man, oh man. Oh man, this is not gonna be happy. This is not gonna make me happy. What I'm about to say. Vegas and Boston,
I hate you. I hate you with all my
and
heart.
somehow Vegas manages to win.
Vegas is not going to win the Stanley Cup their second year. It can't.
Man,
happen.
they're 9-1-0.
It can't happen.
In the last 10.
It can't happen.
They're 9-1-0 in the last 10. About to be 10-0-0.
They're getting hot. They're going to lose their last 3 games
Or
of the
whatever
season.
they are.
Guys, who have I chosen the last
I don't
since
remember.
January to win the Stanley Cup?
Not
to-
Vegas. You
to-
chose
to
Vegas
be
like
there.
last week.
It wasn't Vegas. It was. I don't remember.
Who is the team out of the West I've gone with since January? Since we
Hold on, let
started
me look.
recording the podcast.
Was it Winnipeg?
Is it Calgary?
No.
I don't know.
Was
I
it
don't remember.
Winnipeg?
Guys, I have said Nashville
Arizona?
every single
Congratulations.
time.
Well, congrats.
Are you sticking with it?
No, he's not.
I think Pittsburgh beats Vegas in the Stanley Cup final.
I hate Vegas so much. I hope
hate
they don't
Pittsburgh
get.
so much.
I would not watch that Stanley Cup
I
final.
would, but I would be.
Yeah, I
I would
would
be
too.
so mad. I would be.
Here's
utter,
the-
You hate both of those
You know
teams.
what? Forget it. Nashville, Pittsburgh in the final again. I can't do it. I can't choose Vegas. I'm too much of a homer.
Pittsburgh's going to get a 3-peat.
Wait, what?
I'm going to cry.
They won't get a three-peat.
Don't just get back to being. What? What?
3 cups.
3 in the last 4 years.
Man,
Yeah.
I hate that.
That's
3
so
in the last
obnoxious.
4 years.
And we talk about basketball being
talking
a
about the-
dynasty
That's a
sport.
dynasty.
You talk about the
We talk
West.
about basketball being a dynasty
3
sport.
Stanley Cups, the hardest trophy to get in sports. In 4 years, you get 3 of them.
And
that is a dynasty.
Look at what Chicago did.
Yeah.
2010, 2000.
It was 2010, 2013,
and 2015.
Yeah.
Or was
It was a lockout year, and then 15.
Yeah.
Whenever that was. 13, I think.
But this would be a dynasty if Pittsburgh won. It
Is
officially
it not already a dynasty?
No.
Well, you gotta remember. They won. What was it? 2008,
Yeah, they won in 09.
09. I couldn't remember. It was both Red
That was a
Wings and
way
Penguins.
different roster, though.
I
When you
know-
look at
well,
this roster,
They had Malkin, Fleury, and Crosby.
I know. I'm just talking about
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
from 26,
From tw-
15, 16, and then
To now, it's actually pretty different.
it,
The league has changed.
It
yeah.
has.
there's a lot of key new. They got some same.
Well, they had to
pieces there.
dump a few
Malkin,
people because
Crosby,
of- They've got
Gensel's not,
Gensel was there 16, 17.
but he wasn't there in.
No, but he was there 16, 17.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think back for like 2.
Now their main group is still there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
They did have to dump a little bit.
we'll see where it
happens.
all goes. Our next show should be next week sometime. I'll be even closer to being married. How are we gonna do this when I'm like on my honeymoon and the Preds are in the
Guess it'll be
playoffs?
called-
Are you guys just gonna have to record by yourselves?
We
guess
might
so.
just be recording by yourself unless we can figure out how to do a conference call.
Let's
If
see.
any of you people with podcast experience know how to do a conference call, for a podcast.
Give it up. I'm not going on a conference call for a podcast
We are-
while I'm in the Bahamas.
Yes, you will.
Yes,
No.
you will.
Not
you
with-
have
no.
to.
Well, then we're
I'm
not paying you for that
you're
episode.
done. You're out.
We're not gonna pay you.
He's out of the group.
No.
If you know how to do it, contact us. We'll put you on the podcast in place of Ben. We don't even want the conference call. We just want your presence. Thank you, guys.
What a way to end it. Thank you guys so much for listening. Hit that subscribe button if you like what you heard and share with your friends if you like what you like.
Go Preds.
We'll see you later. Go Preds.